Hey everyone, welcome to Talk Step Time. We're chasing K with refined and reserved experiences. This is Bo with No Label Wine Company. Every week we bring the bottles, break them down, and give you our honest take on them. Let's get into it. So this week, episode 1, we're going to go into the bottles that define us as wine drinkers. It's just our wine, the one that we think is us. We're going to start off with Kay. Ladies first. You've got bottle number 1.
Okay, so bottle number 1 is a wine that I tried actually at the winery itself. And it was just the whole experience there, but also this wine just set apart from all the bottles or all the wines that I tasted there that day. It's just very velvety, very smooth, and it really made me kind of want to start my, tasting journey and kind of dig deeper into different regions of wine. So I'm curious to see what y'all think.
From the way you're talking about this does not taste like, to me, it doesn't taste like what I would think from where we've been.
Well, you have a little head start.
I do.
It gives a good color.
It really does. To be fair, guys, I didn't know what she was bringing. She didn't know what I was bringing. So I'm a little shocked at this bottle. I think I know what it is, but we're going to hold off on that for a little bit.
This is a lot or a lot more to the color of what I'm used to. So
Yeah.
now I'm kind of conflicted.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I probably gave it away, but
it does leave like a lot of the outside of my mouth pretty dry. So, that just speaks to the amount of tannins that are in the wine.
Yeah.
I do think the tannins have softened a bit, though.
They have.
They do have a hue on the outside, so
It's older. I really enjoy this cake. I didn't know what to expect with you.
yeah, that was a pretty interesting pour.
I'm glad y'all
All
enjoyed
right.
it.
For the one no one has a clue what it is, bottle number 2, Bo, what do you have?
So,
What you got for us?
my name's Bo, guys. I brought a wine that I thought was a lot
Ooh.
to speak towards my palate. What I like whenever I drink wine. It's not for everyone, but this is something, I stumbled upon through a tasting with a wine rep out of Baton Rouge. So he works for a wholesale company called Vina.
Wait, you didn't think we'd like that?
Well, I said it's just not for everyone.
Ooh. How do you feel about it?
It's very good. It's very different. So I'm thinking the style of wine that I've tried, this is definitely something outside of that realm, but it's very good. There's a lot of structure to it. I feel like this is definitely something I can drink.
It's a little younger. I mean, not young,
I
but
don't know. That
it's
hue is there, though.
I think it's younger than this one. But I mean, it is what it is.
It did.
It
Did what it was supposed to.
really.
Yeah.
It's very, very tannic, very acidic. It's drying. Like my gums are sticking to my lips at the same time as like my mouth's watering to get another sip.
Well balanced.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to
Well
do.
balanced.
So,
Well balanced.
yeah, to speak towards that, now that you brought it up. So, yes, when your mouth does get dry, wines that are well made mostly have the tendency to make your mouth water as well. That's what that acidic part of a wine is. And when they're put together in the right amount,
Perfect.
they work.
just-
It's a match made.
Yep.
That's what makes a pretty well made wine.
So I guess we'll
Now over to Chase.
I guess we'll get on to
Come
mine now.
Chase. Tell us what you got.
Guys, I just got into wine maybe 2 years ago. Before that, everything was either good wine or it was bad wine. I didn't really pick out anything in it. Excuse me. I started getting into it, and it was because of this wine right here. when I tasted it, I noticed there was something different about it. There was another layer other than good or bad. And that's what made me start diving deeper into it. Just this one knocked me off my feet. And since then, I've had a lot of great wines and I've kind of expanded. But this is the one that I think defines me because it got me looking deeper. It got me thinking more about wine.
It's great that you found that at the winery itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mention that, but yeah.
So you see, for some people, they might not like the wine, but the experience for us could be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
That's why wine is usually left to be subjective.
I do have some notes on it that I want to give y'all, but I'm going to wait until we actually reveal the bottles.
So for me, it looks like the color's a little bit more purplish. Like there's a more ruby almost aspect to it. So that means almost New World. So
you're getting there.
I'm thinking, and especially after smelling number one the first time, doing number two, come in here, I could oversmell two and come back to one and find a similarity just in the nose.
Yes.
But I found that this one's also what I consider hot. So when I say that, I mean that there's a good bit of alcohol percentage.
And not to give too much away here, but mine is a younger wine. So that's good on you for picking that out.
And I just feel like it comes from the U.S.
Yeah. So what sticks out to you? And you're the sommelier. What sticks out to you in these three? The biggest thing that you pick out from any of them. It could be yours. What's the biggest thing that hits you?
In what aspect?
You pick. It could be the nose. It could be the palate. It could be the tannins, the acidity, how well it's made. If you think that number one was a well-made wine and it kind of shocked you because you kind of know me and Case palates because you've been recommending wine to us for about a couple months now. So did any of these shock you? I know I'm shocked by yours.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I shouldn't be, but I am.
To omit mine and not be biased. One, you did have me.
Okay.
But I still, for some reason, I still feel like I have an aspect that it comes from the U.S.
Okay.
Because I could find the similarity in the nose. Coming from tasting that amount of wines that I have with my job access, this is older. So thinking 16 or so.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
Because I know, but looking at it, the color, they got a good hue on it. Like, when you look at mine's a lot darker. Yours is a lot softer.
So here's something for the listeners. Kay's my wife. I kind of had an idea of what I thought she was going to bring today. This is not it. I think I've had this wine.
Yeah.
I have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I've had this wine. I think I know what this wine is, but I haven't revisited this wine in over a year. So if it is what I think it is, then we're in for a bit of a surprise when we do the reveal.
I'm not sure if y'all would know, but I'm picking up something.
What are you getting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell us, Kay, but what are you getting, Bo?
Earth.
Yeah, I'm getting a little more earthy than I would expect to. Again, you pointed out New World.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that from and I know Kay, so I wouldn't expect that from a California wine. But
I can't wait to reveal it, just to tell a story about it. If y'all are ready for me to reveal that one.
Wait, I have one more thing.
Go for it.
I'm scared to say it because, like, you know,
no, say it.
I'm about to say, I don't know. I shouldn't be nervous, but I feel like this is a Bordeaux blend out of California.
Okay, that's interesting.
Because it's carrying a lot of composure that a French wine would, with the earth aspect. Like that's just what I feel, you know.
I can't wait to do the reveal for all of these wines, especially K's and Beau's. I think I'm gonna disappoint a couple people with mine, but hang on, we'll be right back. Hey guys, we want to take a quick second to thank y'all for listening along with us. Every like, comment, and subscription genuinely helps us keep opening and showcasing these incredible wines. Everything we do here at Talk Sip Time is about introducing y'all to great wine in a way that feels approachable and fun and not intimidating. As we continue to grow, we're excited to keep bringing you these new bottles, new regions, and new experiences every week. So if there's a bottle, region, varietal, or pairing you'd like to see us explore, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your suggestion in the comments. We'll do our best to feature it on a future episode. Thanks. All right, guys, we're back, and it's time for the big reveal. Hey, you're first. What is bottle number 1?
Okay, so I have a wine direct from Napa Valley. It is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It is from Cakebread Cellars. It is the Benchland Select 2010. That was actually a very interesting year in Napa Valley. It was actually a little cooler, so their harvest
Very
season
good year in Napa Valley, apparently.
was a little bit longer.
For this one.
Which kind of speaks to kind of the velvety tannins. The really cool thing was we went to a vertical tasting at Cakebread, and we were able to try some of these wines of 2019 as well as a 2010 side by side. And you really just got an appreciation for just the aging process, the different years, and how different the grape varieties can be. Or not the grape varieties, but the different years can have effect on the grapes and the climate and everything. Cakebread is also a family-owned vineyard and still is to this day, and I think that speaks a lot to the product they produce. And like I said, it's one of my favorites. It can kind of emulate some of the Bordeaux's I've been tasting recently, but it's not. It's strictly from Napa Valley.
Well, you got me. It's not even a Bordeaux blend.
It is not.
Mean, that was some intriguing. I've never had something like that.
It's
2010. I was off.
Yeah, a little bit.
You weren't that far off. It's, I mean, in Napa terms, that's not that far.
And you see, I've been waiting to try a lot of the older vintages from Napa Valley.
You've told me beforehand, what was it, before 2012?
Yes.
Before 2012 is what you've been looking for.
Towards that, just so that I could start to build my knowledge in the different years. So that's a definite treat.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
really
glad
thank you for that.
What so I kind of figured that that's what the bottle was, and it's a very distinct thing. I remember it from we tried it in Napa, my first time in Napa. That was one of the 12 bottles that we decided to bring on our honeymoon. So that means a lot to me that that's the bottle you picked. And then this is the first time we've had that bottle since then. Yeah. So it wasn't hard to pick out when I first had it. I didn't remember it being that close to Bordeaux, where we're starting to get into and starting to enjoy. It's just, I'm shocked. We need to get a good bit more of this.
So, okay, let me pose a question. When was the last time that y'all did have this wine?
On our honeymoon.
So that was in October of last year.
Okay, so you've had a year.
So it had been, the first time we had it was August of 25. Then we had it in October of 25, so it was very short after. And then it's been 6 months, almost 7.
Yeah.
almost 7 months.
So, do y'all find any like distinctive differences, like as you tried it over different periods of time?
No, I knew what it
See,
was
I
as
will
soon
say
as I went into it.
the spice for me that I get on the palate
Kind of
actually
tailed off.
killed off just a little bit. You still get it, but it is a little decreased.
So I do remember when we first tried this wine, uh, the thing that made Kay say, "This is the one we're getting," was she caught a note of black pepper on it. And we're from South Louisiana. We like spice. So her thing was it had black pepper. She loved it, and there was no talking her out of getting because there was a different bottle that I wanted, and it was towards the end of our trip, and it was like, hey, we only have room for one more bottle in the suitcase. So we happy wife, happy life. We went with that one, and I'm glad we did. Like this is an amazing bottle.
Well, I like, Kay, how you said you knew the climate
Yeah.
of that time, so now you know how that affected,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the harvest of the grapes or the yield at that point.
Yeah.
It does make a big difference.
So we've had the conversation. It wasn't long ago. We had the conversation about vintages that show well early sometimes don't produce in the long run because they showed everything they had at the front end. They don't have the aging capability. So this one, if you had it as a new release in 2012, 2013, I'm guessing is when this came out. I don't think it would have been a bottle that you were like, hey, we need to sell this and we need to keep it. But it's shocking to me that 2010 was not a necessarily good year for Napa as a whole. So for this to be one of our favorite bottles that we've tried, and granted we have a lot more bottles to try, but for this to be one of our favorite bottles, it's just from a off vintage, it just shows variation between winemakers, vineyards, excuse me, just there's so much variation. You can't go off of just this was a good year in Napa. Like you need to dig into it and kind of taste and see as time goes by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good analogy, Chase.
Thank you. I hope I lived up to your standards with that one. All right, we have to reveal the second bottle. I'm gonna guess just I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'm going to guess just based off of what you have been showing us lately and what I'm getting off of this wine. I'm getting a little funk, a little almost. I may be way off base. I'm going to guess a Syrah from Northern Rhone, or it's mainly Syrah.
It's
If
not a
it's
French wine.
not, it's too. I think it's too full bodied to be a Pinot based wine. I could be dead wrong, and if I'm wrong, prove me wrong.
Well, no.
I want to see what it is so I can go buy a bottle.
Well, no. Say what you think, so I can.
Is this at the cellar?
Yes.
This is available. Okay, good to know. This is getting added to our cellar.
So, as he knew that, y'all should remember I never showed y'all the bottle, but I told y'all the name and the region of where it comes from.
Have you?
Because this was a bottle that meant a lot to me that I just really like to enjoy
Mm-hmm.
for specific reasons. But I have to expose the bottle before I can say the reasons because they all
It's very well composed.
go
Yeah.
in line.
I'm gonna
Very
give it
nice.
that. I can't figure out. My mouth can't figure
I know
out.
it's not from French.
Talk to me.
It's not France.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's French?
I know it's not Napa.
It's not. It's Old World.
It is an Old World wine. I know it's not. I'm gonna go and say it's not a French wine.
I'm gonna give it 2018.
I think it's older.
You think it's older than 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, these are also very.
Now I know there's totally different regions, but the color.
Just based off of the hue. I'm not going to go off the cork because I did open it with the bag on it, so I know what the cork. But just based off of the hue, I don't see it being older than 2016, and I could be absolutely wrong.
Ooh,
I
okay.
say younger than 2012.
Younger than 2012? Okay, well, that's the same thing.
Oh,
Wait, older?
I said
Older.
no older than 2016.
And I
You're
say,
saying younger
So
than
you're saying
2012?
anything.
So 2012 and up. Okay.
no, I'm
got
saying
it.
opposite.
2012
Sorry,
and
yes.
older?
And older, yeah.
Oh. What do we have, Bo?
okay.
There's a lot of intrigue
wait,
over this
wait,
model.
before, dude, this
Yeah,
is,
well, yeah.
this-
Tell us the story about it.
it's building.
I know,
this
yeah.
picture.
Yes.
Okay,
Tell us the story about this one.
so when you pull the cork, how was the cork? Explain to us what the cork felt like. Yes, you never looked at the branding
I
on it,
didn't.
but was the cork,
It was
soft, hard?
no. It was
Did
a
crumble?
hard. It was a hard cork. It took some coaxing to get out, but when I did finally get it going, it flew out of the bottle. Which the texture of the cork led me to. It's older. It's been away from humidity a good bit, and I saw the top of the cork, and it looked kind of shriveled. Not shriveled. Uh, I guess that's the wrong thing to say.
Like it's been
It looked. It was darker. It was harder. It didn't seem like a young wine cork.
Okay, that's good.
It just
Because
it didn't.
now y'all are coinciding. So yes, it is an older wine. I'm not gonna say you're right, but you were.
Okay.
It's older than 2012.
So she's been right for everything she said. So
Really? So it's not from France.
it's not. Cause
Shock me.
I know
Well,
I haven't
so-
tried this region. I can almost.
Have we not tried this region with you?
no, I don't. Maybe in a just like the passerby tastings.
Okay. What do we have here?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
very intrigued, bro.
So what I brought today was a Portugal wine.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's called Quinta de Lemas.
Wait,
Sorry
did
if I
you?
butchered
I'm
that.
sorry to cut you off, but wait, did you put that bottle in front of me today at our tasting?
Well, it was on the table because I was putting it on the shelf.
I told you. He was
it
putting
just so-
stickers on the bottle.
It just
Yes.
so happened that, at the same
just
time.
Oh.
So, this grape is called Touriga Nacional. It's a hard pronunciation. I know I probably
Okay.
butchered that. But this wine is an 08 as well.
Okay.
But do you feel how the tannins are still
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
They still do have some time with this wine.
Yes.
But this is their newest release.
That's their
That's
newest
new.
release?
Yeah, when we started to take it
Wow.
on, they haven't showed me another one yet, so
Guys, I'm just
I don't
letting
think,
y'all know now.
I don't think the new vintage is out yet, or if it is,
Wow.
my person that
You
I
haven't-
deal with,
Yeah.
he knows that this is my favorite wine. So
So
Wow.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't know about you, but I've never. Again, me and Kay are newer to our wine journey than Bo is. I've never had anything from Portugal.
No.
I haven't, and this is.
that's why I wanted you to believe that I was bringing a French. so
I
could curb
I
it.
1,000% thought that you were bringing either a red Burgundy or a Rhone.
So guys, this is why we do this.
Yeah.
They've never had something from Portugal before, but maybe it's something to look at.
We're here to
Yeah.
introduce you to bottles like this. Bo, I just ballpark it. If somebody were to find this wine in any wine distributor, how much are they looking at for this bottle?
You wouldn't find it with a distributor
Well,
themselves, but in some
like-
places, you would have to mostly probably look for it in Baton Rouge, but you could probably expect anywhere from $35 to $45 a bottle.
Wow.
This drinks
Way
this
beyond
drinks way above that price range. I mean, both of you, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you have a bias to it, but I think this drinks 85 and above. I expected when I tasted this, I thought that it was possibly 100 plus. This is a great wine for, and then now that you're telling me it's $35 to $45, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's just ballparking. I
Yeah.
can't guarantee
No.
Right.
but
Right.
you know,
But guys, if you can find this wine, we'll put it in the comments and in the description to let you know. We'll put all the wines in the description to let you know. Actually, if you can find it, absolutely get this
Worth a
bottle,
try.
as well as K's. But that one just blew me out the water.
so another thing about this wine, from the region that it comes from, the region's name is Dow. So it's a region in Portugal.
Dow
Dow.
is that
D-A-U with the A.
is okay. So this may be a stupid question. That's what we're here for the stupid questions and to help everybody answer them. Is that any relation to the Dow producer that's in California?
No.
No, so their name didn't come from anything.
I don't think so. I don't know, but
Right.
they have kind of two different spellings, but I don't think they have any connection between the
Okay.
wineries or
Okay.
the grapes, like, in exchange for anything.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe the word, like the name, meant something
Okay,
or something like that.
This is great. So Portugal, since this is one of the wines that I really enjoyed,
Can you pass me that bottle, please?
I took a deep dive into Portugal. So they only send out 2% of rosés produced in the entire Portugal
wow.
region. So in order to see,
Of rosés.
yes,
Okay.
and they make some awesome rosés because of their climate. But this is made from a region that is predominantly blends. But if I'm not mistaken, this is 100% one varietal.
Wow.
Is there any chance that it says it on here?
Touriga Nacional should be the grade.
If it does say it on here, guys, I don't see it because it is.
So
It's a true Portuguese label.
Yeah, labels is going to have to be another thing that we.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll have to get into that later on.
so this top word right here, and if I can get close enough to the camera, I will try to show you all. But the words are so small, it's just on the back of the label. It's in very small print under the region, the DOC, and the vintage itself of the wine. But this wine means a lot to me because where can you find a 2008 that's still holding, a decent body with it? Everything's still all in line, and it's pop and pour ready at its age.
That's
For the price point, and I really enjoy the palate on it. It's a lot of what I'm used to drinking, old world, very earthy kind of things. That's just what I really enjoy. A lot of people might not, but it's something that I enjoyed.
Yeah. Everybody has their own palate, and I think it's important that, you try the different things, because whenever you do that, you might find something that you really like that you never really expected. And I think that's kind of the whole reason why we kind of are diving into this, because just because we like one thing, there's always something else that we might turn over a new leaf and say, hey, I really like this as well. So I think it's just kind of a thing to keep on kind of going on your journey.
Yeah, that's why we want to share all this with you guys. Wine seems like a very difficult thing to get into, but when you meet the right people, you start talking and you start opening up and don't hold anything back about what you like, what you're looking for. Bo here has put us onto so many things that just we never would have looked into. So this is a treat. Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
was just-
If this is the start of the podcast, we're in for a ride.
Well,
Y'all should come along with us.
we still, I mean, like you said, Kate, number one, really wasn't expecting that. So
Yeah.
that was a treat,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm glad that we still can find similarities and common grounds in places that we're not used to, like, tasting before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then we're here to expand each other's knowledge about it. So,
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll let y'all down because
Last but not least.
coming from the guy who just started really getting into wine about a year ago, this is a young Napa Cab, a 2021 from Duckhorn Vineyards. It is the Patimaro Vineyard 2021 Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm sure y'all could have guessed this. Both of you have tried it. We had a dinner last week where this was the wine. A little bit about this. The reason I got it, the reason this was the wine that I brought today is because before, as I said earlier, before this wine, wine was either good or bad, right? This was the first wine that I tasted and was like, oh wait, there's more to this. There's some depth to it. There's more than just alcoholic grape juice, for lack of a better term. There's structure, there's tasting notes, there's the finish, there everything. When I taste this wine, I find the tannins I feel the tannins kind of don't hit you until the back end. So it's easy up front, and then on the back end you start getting a little bit of those tannins. And along with those tannins came something that I've never tasted in a wine, which was before this, which was that savory note. And the fun fact about this is this vineyard is actually planted inside of an olive grove. So the savory notes that you're getting are from the influence of the olive trees into the grapes, and it makes its way all the way through the wine to the end consumer. And I thought that was so cool that I decided to start digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And now we're into, for me, it's amazing because now I'm into, we have the 2010 Cakebread, whereas this at the time was a new release Cabernet Sauvignon from Duckhorn. We're having Portuguese wines. Regularly, we're tasting Bordeaux's. We're tasting all around the world. Wine is just such a wonderful thing to get into. I've found it's just there's something for everybody. There really is. You just need to dig deep enough, and you need somebody like Bo to lead you on the journey.
Always helps.
and I like how you said it. You know, we do have 3 wines here. They all come from different years. You two have something that's coming from Napa, but they're produced in 2 different styles.
Mhm.
Yes.
One carries a lot of age, while one is really young. But Chase, like you said, I mean, if you can see the structure for longevity in it,
Mm-hmm.
it is expressed in some aspects.
And the thing is, I didn't see any structure for longevity in it at first. It was just it had me intrigued, so that got me in, and then a couple days later we tasted this 2010 Benchland Select, and that made me say we need to go back and we need to get that because we need to get a few bottles of it because I need to see how this, if that's that good at 2010, I need to see how good this is later on down the road.
Yeah.
So that's an experiment, and I'm sure we'll do some vertical tastings of the same wine, the same vineyard, different years. We'll do some.
Okay, so can you tell us about the vineyard? Like, why does it say that specific vineyard on the
So
label?
thank you for asking that because I would have glossed over and never thought twice. So the name of the vineyard is Patimaro Vineyard. If you look into it, Patimaro is a town in Mexico. So one of our good friends, we've come to be good friends with him. He is one of the tasting experts at Duckhorn. I'm not going to say his name yet. I'm sure he'll be on the podcast eventually to tell his story and tell how he got into wine and all the things. But he told us the story about how when Dan Duckhorn and Margaret Duckhorn opened Duckhorn Vineyards, they decided to hire a bunch of people from around Napa to run the vineyard, to make the wine, to pick the grapes, everything, anything you can imagine. They just hired people, local people. And some of the people that they hired were our good friends' grandparents. So at the inception of Duckhorn, our friends' grandparents were there in the fields, picking the grapes, doing the work in the fields. Well, Mr. Dan Duckhorn apparently thought that their family was such an integral part to the process and to the company that when they bought a new vineyard, they named it after the town that his family was from in Mexico. So Patimaro, Mexico is where the name of the vineyard came from, and it is after the family that helped build Duckhorn and still has a third generation worker there to this day. So it's that may have swayed me a little bit in why I like this wine so much, why this is my bottle that defines me. It's not just about what you taste in the bottle. It's not just about the structure of the wine. It's not just about all of those things. It's when you hear those stories and it kind of grabs at your heart about it's more than just what's on the shelf at the stores. So that's my bottle, and that's the story behind it.
Yeah.
But that's a very intriguing story.
So if you ever
I had foot in vineyard experience to speak towards that.
Yes.
Now I can sit here and talk to y'all about logistics,
Yeah.
but that's awesome. What a story.
Yeah. And if anybody that's listening to this, watching this, if you ever go to Duckhorn Vineyards, it may not be on your tasting list. Make sure you ask for the Patimaro Vineyard. You will get the story. You will get to meet one of the family members that the name is behind. It's a great experience. Whether Napa is for you or not, I highly suggest going to Napa just to go to this producer, to try this wine, and to hear the story.
And Cakebread is not a bad deal too.
Well, yeah, Cakebread's not bad either.
But I love Duckhorn as well. It's great.
Duckhorn's just a favorite for us, just because of not, and it doesn't have to be the wine. Duckhorn's a favorite for us just because of the people there, the people that we make connections with, and hopefully we'll have those people on the podcast at a later date.
Yeah.
But for now, I see Bo's running a little low. I'm running a little low. What bottle are you revisiting?
I've already revisited mine.
Have you? Oh, you revisited yours. That doesn't count. I've revisited both of you.
Okay, well, you ranked it number one. Okay.
I've revisited both of y'all's.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I will revisit it, but the Duckhorn I feel is a little bit too young.
It is young. It is.
But
the point wasn't...
Okay, wait. So the only thing I want to add is, so now that it has that name, if I'm not mistaken, that means single vineyard. Single vineyard is a higher, labor intensive.
Yes.
Because, like you said, they walk through the vineyards. That means that they're handpicking.
Yes.
They want the nicest grapes. They're looking at the overall grape and how it looks at that time, and they're going to determine that. So,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, that is a single vineyard.
That is a single vineyard wine. Yes.
So single vineyards, guys, are usually a little bit more prestigious. They go through a little bit more processes
Yeah.
and care and attention.
Right.
They're really wanting to execute a very good wine.
Mhm.
And I like how, you brought up the fact that we will revisit Duckhorn
We will.
because Duckhorn has lots of different.
Very,
They
they have a
got
lot of different styles, a lot of different
I was about to say,
vineyards
from vineyards.
from the whole valley.
Okay, so as you go through that, each vineyard can sometimes gradually change soil
Right.
as
Absolutely.
well.
So that brings me to another thing, guys. If y'all want to see a horizontal tasting of the same vintage of Duckhorn across some of their vineyards, let us know in the comments, and we'll see how quick we can get on that. Especially if y'all are really interested in that. That's something that would y'all mind doing that?
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
a horizontal, a vertical, and it doesn't have to be Duckhorn. It can be anywhere.
Yeah, it can be any style. It could be
Anything y'all want to
Napa.
see, let us know. But
What a lineup!
yeah,
Yeah.
this is a great.
Just for
we're,
just little things about us.
yeah.
Y'all brought out two big hitters with backstories.
I mean,
I don't have anything that's really
yours, but yours
Your wine is phenomenal.
Yours is a
Yeah, but y'all's
featherweight fine wine.
backstories are like, wow.
But yours was too.
That's awesome.
This is
And it's only because we had that in-person experience. And I will say, if
It
you
boots
have
on the
the
ground,
chance-
kinda.
It changes a
It
lot
changes.
of the perspective.
Yeah.
now is this my favorite wine to date? No, but it is what got me to this point. So
And
that's why I wanted to make sure to introduce myself with this bottle.
putting it out there, okay.
Go for it.
You got me.
Wait, is there a Napa that you like?
Okay.
Well, I know there's a couple.
I'm saying in the lineup,
Okay.
I thought mine was gonna
Shine, like just blow us out of the
it
water.
did show up and show out.
It
Yeah,
did show
don't-
up.
it did.
It
My wine
absolutely
did
did.
not.
Don't
Did
get that
not.
wrong.
I was just,
It's
I'm still caught up in thought about it, but I know it's a Napa. I knew it was from Napa because there's something in the palate. There's some that it's the same in all Napas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've
It's
just got the
a little bit more
opportunity-
fruity, I find.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the palate, man.
But somehow it still has that
being
earthy.
like a sugar kind of
Yes.
thing. It might be in small amounts, but I feel like there was just an aspect where it got a little softer on the end of my
Mhm.
Yeah.
tongue, and I was like, okay, I've tried this before. So another thing, listeners, when you're going through a wine, please try to remember, if you can pinpoint one thing, you can use that to use it all across the board anytime that you're tasting a wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And corresponded to the herbs and spices that you cook with as well, because those are things that are expressed in wine.
Because sometimes it's as simple as, I really like anything that at first, whenever I was wine tasting, called like black pepper, white pepper. But I gravitated towards those wines. So as long as you notice that in your wine palette, you can kind of differentiate, hey, this is something I'm really going to like. Even on the nose, I can start telling those wines now.
And you also got to think, the more that we learn about these regions and the more that we try from these regions, there are just a lot of basic things that can be used all across the board, because that's what the grape will produce. This particular grape varietal, whichever it may be, it could be dominant
Mm-hmm.
or it could be blended, but it could be a dominant blend, and there will still be things as we learn how to truly taste that grape style that you'll be able to pick out.
Right. So I'm gonna take a step back and correct you a little bit. I don't know if it was incorrect or not, but I know that the Duckhorn Patimaro is called a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it is not 100% Cabernet. It is actually a Bordeaux blend. It's 77% Cabernet. So it's above that 75% threshold to be called a single varietal
In America.
in America.
In California.
I'm not, well, in California.
I think each region, guys, I'm still learning.
Right.
So,
We all are. That's why we're here.
and
That's why everybody's here.
especially with New World wines, I'm learning all of the things that the wine producers have to abide by in the wines themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to follow up with that, Chase, I need you to explain the other great varietals in that wine that make up what's considered a Bordeaux blend.
So this one specifically is considered a Bordeaux blend if you look deeper into it because it is 77% Cabernet Sauvignon. It is, I believe, 22% Merlot. And the remaining 1%, I'm not positive if it's Petit Verdot or Cabernet Franc. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on it.
So I know Petit Verdot that's used in just a lot of what I drink,
Yes.
from Bordeaux. But I just wanted you to clarify that for the listeners.
Right.
They don't know what a Bordeaux blend is.
So that's not to say that Kay was wrong with her 100% Cabernet Sauvignon earlier. It's just if it is a little bit off, it is at least 75% Cabernet Sauvignon. With that being said, Kay, this is your time to shine, baby. What are you pairing with each of these?
So I'm kind of a self-proclaimed foodie. I don't have any real certifications, but I will say this kind of makes it a little easy because they're all red wines. I think they do have a good bit of tannins. I would say if you want to kind of balance the tannins of a newer wine, I would pair this more with like a fattier steak, a steak with more marbling to kind of balance that out a little bit. These are going to pair beautifully with anything, any fillets, ribeyes. Even you can go gamey if you want to go venison. Even, you could even do duck. This would pair beautifully with some hard cheeses. Even saltier cheeses, I think, would pair well with it. But yeah, it's
so
even mushroom, truffle, could probably pair with these two. I don't know about this one.
I think this one would be a little bit much for that.
Yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the food person. This is just me spitballing here. The number 3, the Patimaro, maybe go a little richer, something that could so you said it earlier, this is a little hot. It's young. It's a lot. So maybe something a little richer, fattier.
That's always going to balance out your tannin. So the more tannin you have, I would not do a lot of marbling. Like I wouldn't get a Wagyu steak with these because I think it would overpower the wine. But this has enough tannins to support a fattier.
So how do you feel about this is one of my dishes that I love to cook, braised short rib.
I think
we actually had this last week with braised short rib.
Yeah, and I think it's fine.
Yeah, but we had it with a gigondas.
We also had a gigondas with it, so yeah.
But I think
so that was a lot.
I think any of them would pair beautifully.
I think this is very similar to that gigondas.
I will say if you can get your hands on some
just not diving too deep into it. Yes.
If you can get your hands on some parsnips, which is basically a really fancy carrot. It's kind of like it almost looks like an albino carrot. It is phenomenal paired with red wine, and it's kind of a foodie thing, but it's very, very good.
But what style of red wine, Kay?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let's dive deep.
I mean, I would say you can definitely do a cab. Any of these ones would pair beautifully with it. I don't know.
What protein would you put with it, though? With a parsnip puree, you said?
A parsnip puree. I mean, you can do braised short ribs. You can do steak.
Yeah, but you want
ribeye.
Okay, but if we're going off of number 3, we have got to cut.
That one's got to be extremely fatty.
Youngness.
That's got to be rich. It's got to be fatty. If you're drinking it right now,
absolutely, yeah. Because
I think when I think of this one, I think leg of lamb. I think a tomahawk of like a well marbled, like well integrated,
Well marbled to be.
well marbled,
Take
yeah.
away.
Tomahawk that the richness kind of takes over. Again, the braised short rib is just braised short rib's easy for anything because it has that fat, it has that richness. Anything that's tannic kind of goes with it. This one, number 2, the Portugal. This one's kind of getting me. I don't know. Like obviously I'm very basic when it comes to my food. I like my pairings. I want to pair any tannic red wine with a steak, right? This one deserves a little bit more than that. I think it needs some like a herb crusted rack of lamb, maybe like a little bit of the herbaceous side to go along with the earthiness of it.
Well,
I mean,
I don't think I would go more herbaceous because
okay. Tell me why. Like honestly, tell me why.
it's in there. If you're saying if it's in there,
my thought
Do you think it
again.
would complement it though?
My thought was pair like things together, and I mean, I know most of the time that's not always the case, but that's where most people's minds are going to go. I'm going to pair like with like.
oh yeah.
So,
But sometimes that could combine to be too much.
So there's
right.
different pairings, right? Some of them are to balance, and that's kind of what we talked about here whenever we talked about a really tannic wine with number 3. You want to balance it out with a fat to kind of break up some of those tannins. But some of the pairings that you do, you enhance the flavor. So that goes into another aspect of it. But I do think sometimes herbs, as long as it's not overdone, you could really do this. It could pair nicely with some of these more herby presentations in the wine.
Can we all revisit this Cakebread real quick? I'm on the nose. I was starting to get a little bit more of the pepper that Kay was looking for earlier. It may just be me. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I started to get that pepper. I don't know.
There's other people to tell us that we're wrong.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
everybody's going to have an opinion about something.
Here, I mean,
Everybody's going to have an opinion about something. And guys,
we'll research it after this and we'll figure out if that's really what it is.
tell us if you hate it. I mean, you're not going to hurt our feelings.
No, not at all.
We're here to talk to y'all. We're here to help everybody get to sit at this table. But all right, that's a wrap on this week. Talk Sip Time. I'm Chase.
I'm Kay.
And I'm Bo.
And go try something you haven't tried before.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, guys.